Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be going over some interesting PlayStation news. The first topic in the video is about how Sony announces first State of Play event of 2022. Reading from Game Rant, Sony announces the date, details, and what to expect from the first State of Play event of 2022, and it's happening later this week. Rumors have been swirling around a February State of Play for some time now. They've all mostly indicated that Sony would feature a State of Play on February 3rd, one headlining Horizon Forbidden West's upcoming release. Last year, every State of Play took place on a Thursday and was announced on the Tuesday beforehand, -1, and so these rumors made sense. However, it seems as if 2022 could see Sony changing up its announcement pattern, or it could be that this State of Play is an exception to the rule. As it turns out, Sony is hosting the first State of Play of 2022 very soon, but it's nothing like rumors suggested. Via the PlayStation blog, Sony has announced that the first State of Play for 2022 takes place this week on February 2nd via YouTube and Twitch. While most State of Plays feature a bevy of games, it seems that this State of Play will focus entirely on PS5 footage and gameplay details for Gran Turismo 7. That's all Sony had to say about the presentation, so it'll be interesting to see what it shows for Gran Turismo 7 on February 2nd. So yeah, I mean, the first State of Play for 2022 has been announced by Sony, and it kind of is weird because it's going to be a dedicated 30-minute State of Play for GT7. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of racing games, so I'm not really hyped for this event. When I first heard that this was going to happen, I didn't know that it was fully dedicated to GT7. I thought maybe half of it would be GT7 and then maybe some other smaller stuff, but apparently we will see nothing but GT7. Apparently, I'm guessing just a lot of gameplay, So yeah, I mean, this doesn't really interest me, but I'm sure a lot of you PlayStation fans love the GT series, so I mean, there you go. On February 2nd, which I believe is a Wednesday, we will be getting a 30-minute deep dive into GT7. Moving on to the final topic in the video, we're going to be talking about Star Wars Eclipse has taken inspiration from The Last of Us. Reading from Game Rant, a leaker claims that the upcoming Quantic Dream title Star Wars Eclipse will be taking inspiration from Naughty Dog's The Last of Us series. Some of the biggest surprises from last year were the announcements of new Star Wars games. Several Star Wars video game projects that had been rumored to appear at major gaming industry events were finally revealed, including a Star Wars KOTOR remake from Aspyr and a game from Paris game studio Quantic Dream, announced as Star Wars Eclipse. The latter game was unveiled at the Game Awards with a cinematic trailer that details a highly replayable narrative set in the Star Wars universe during the High Republic era. With the big project surrounding a franchise as iconic as Star Wars, rumors and leaks about the game were bound to spread. Some of the most prevalent rumors about the game are about what is going on behind the scenes, with many of them pointing toward the game's ambitious development cycle early on. Insiders claim that this is why Star Wars Eclipse won't release for another few years. Now, a prominent leaker is pointing to one game in particular that is influencing the structure of Eclipse. This report comes from NGT, who has shared multiple leaks about Star Wars Eclipse already, which have detailed the game's open world and competitive multiplayer elements. The latest updates shared by the account recap some previously discussed details, such as which parts Quantic Dream Paris is responsible for, like the cinematics, story, and game engine. Quantic Dream Montreal is supposedly handling the rumored multiplayer. Previous tweets from NGT detailed the game's action gameplay, with their latest tweet bringing in Jedi Fallen Order as an example as to what kind of combat to expect. However, the biggest thing of note for the structure of Star Wars Eclipse is that it will be taking inspiration from The Last of Us. The tweet cites that it will have a mixture of story and gameplay, possibly similar to how Naughty Dog's titles handle the transition between the player getting control and real-time cutscenes. The last updates that the insider gave about the upcoming Star Wars Eclipse is that the game will have multiple playable characters and a non-linear story. The main story is still being written as well, according to the leaker, an indication of how early Quantic Dream is in the development process. This is probably not helped by Quantic Dream still having issues in hiring staff, according to NGT, but its Montreal studio has apparently managed to create playable prototypes. Only time will tell if these rumors will end up being true, as the game is still many years away from its release. So yeah, I thought this was extremely interesting. Now, when I first read the headline of this article, I thought, I was like, oh, so this game's being inspired by The Last of Us. And for those of you that actually watched the reveal trailer for Star Wars Eclipse, it seems like it's going to be kind of like a darker Star Wars game and like a darker Star Wars story. Now, I'm not a big fan of Star Wars at all. I've watched like a couple of the movies when I was little, and I played a few Star Wars games when I was little, you know, so I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. You know, when I first saw this headline, I was thinking that they were taking inspiration from like the story of The Last of Us and Last of Us 2, but apparently they're mainly inspired by like the way Naughty Dog creates their cutscenes and how it seamlessly transitions from gameplay to cutscene to gameplay. You know, but from watching Star Wars Eclipse reveal trailer, I still get the vibe that it might be like a more serious take on Star Wars and like a more serious, grounded story. You know, obviously a Star Wars game can't be more realistic than The Last of Us, because The Last of Us takes place on Earth, obviously, and there's zombies, which could happen, and Star Wars is some like fantasy made up thing, you know, so. But I mean, obviously this game is not going to come out for probably at least 3 or 4 years. You know, I mean, I'm kind of interested in Star Wars Eclipse just based off of them being inspired by The Last of Us. Hopefully they don't just take like the transitions from gameplay to cutscene. Maybe they'll like be inspired by the storytelling, you know? I mean, so what do you guys think about this? Are you guys excited for Star Wars Eclipse? Are you guys a Star Wars fan? And how do you feel about apparently Quantic Dream being inspired from The Last of Us? Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like and consider subscribing if you're new and turning on the post notification bell so you don't miss my next upload. Until next time, guys, take care.